Luke 18, verse 3. Here's a parable about a woman seeking vengeance for a wrongdoer who victimized her and then escaped justice. But Jesus tells us when a sinner goes unpunished, he is only free from man's law. When man's law fails, God's law prevails.
Mr. Bishop, Mr. Bishop! No! Hold it!
Mr. Bishop, Detective Sawyer, I'm sorry about your loss, Pastor. Don't think this was a case of road rage. Sarah was found with her hands zip-tied to the steering wheel. I'm acquainted with this sort of hurt. I know the futility.
How'd you get through it?
I got healed.
How?
I'm going to tell you about an opportunity I was once given, and I'm going to offer you that same opportunity. I've got the guy, John. How'd you like 1 minute? 1 minute alone. John, I want to introduce you to the man who murdered your daughter. It's time for you to heal, John. My only rule is you can't kill him. Count the moments that he stole from your Sarah. No turning back, John.
You can't find your own brother? Look harder.
This isn't you. You're scaring me.
Daddy, you okay?
Who the hell are you guys? Where's my brother?
Come on! She fought harder than you do!
Daddy's sorry about this.
Michael, Jeff in Las Vegas. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for having me, Jeff.
Oh man, the Retaliators, you sick mother, you know. Oh man, I loved it. I mean, these are my kind of movies. And man, not only was this just, you know, gory and just a great storyline and a great character, but just it looked fantastic. It looked like $1 million. So congratulations.
Dude, thank you so much. I can't believe your background right now, too.
Oh yeah, got to do it junket style.
On you, bro. It's amazing.
Well, you play a father who seeks vengeance for the death of his daughter. You know, they say revenge is best served cold. This is such a diverse role, you know, a preacher to a congregation that ended up dealing with torture and all-out brawl. For an actor, what a gambit of emotions. Did you just jump at this role?
Yeah, I did. I mean, so long story, but the Gear brothers who wrote the script, I used to write music with them. I used to have a record deal back in early 2000s, mid 2000s. My music manager would be like, at the time I was in LA, I'm mostly an East Coast guy, but I was out there. He goes, you got to go write with these brothers. They're amazing. So we wrote music together. Our tastes were so aligned. We just really, really hit it off. Several years had passed. I hadn't talked to them. And I called them one day because I had to drop one of the songs. I didn't have my band. I was doing a charity event. So I said, hey guys, the song was called When Heaven and Hell Collide. I was like, guys, the song we wrote, I have to drop it. What do you think? Blah, blah, blah. What have you been up to? Writing scripts. I said, send them to me. They sent me all the scripts. The Retaliators was one of them. And I just fell in love with it for the precise reasons you're saying. Look, it's a revenge thriller, right? At the end of the day. And there's a lot of those, you know, revenge is it's like writing Shakespeare, writing about love. It's the oldest tale there is. But what I loved about this is the circumstance around it and where this character goes. He's a man of the cloth. And it asks that provocative question. If you had a minute alone with the person who killed your loved one, would you take it? But then you put this guy in that situation and it was just, yeah, I mean, the onion really has to get peeled back on this character. So I was really quite passionate about hopefully getting the film made and playing this guy.
I was going to say, because the conflict that the character goes through, he's breaking one of the commandments. He's battling his faith as well. You know, so I love that decision that he has to make. I mean, you can just see that he's tormented.
Absolutely. And again, you know, even though it's this fun, crazy, like journey, roller coaster ride, popcorn, entertaining movie, I think it does have elements that you can go out for a drink or dinner afterward and talk about it a little bit, you know, with the morality, the religion, and the justice. And again, I was so attracted to that slow burn, that story. You know, in the script, I saw when I read it, because it's one thing when you read a script, then you make a film, then you edit it, right? But a lot of the things that are attracting people, I'm so proud of, because, you know, we accomplished like the wink at the 80s, you know, the little nod, and those the films of the 70s, 80s, 90s with amazing soundtracks. You get a little bit of Death Wish, you get a little bit of when I read it, Sin City, the graphic novel, the Spielbergian Dante-esque Gremlinsy sort of small town, and then this. And again, you know, I don't mention this name lightly, but even in the same sentence as me, but one of my inspirations, Tarantino, that crazy third act.
Yes.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. And you're covered with blood, you know. So as an actor, I mean, you had a great makeup team too, but did you just spend a lot of time around just dripping, you know?
dude, so much, bro. You know, that blood is like, I don't even like any kind of makeup. So that blood, it's so thick, and it's like there's syrup or sugar in it. So you're like, your shirt is sticking to you, your chin is sticking to your chest. It's so uncomfortable. We were filming on the East Coast of in Connecticut and New Jersey in November. Exterior nights, 19 degrees. My character's in a t-shirt. A lot of physical stuff, which was really fun too. I mean, I like doing that. And all this, I'm not complaining. Look, I'm making a movie, right, at the end of the day. But there were a lot of bumps and bruises, and it was pretty crazy. A lot of fun to make. Great stunts, great stunt coordinator. This guy, Norman Douglas, I was on a television show called Rescue Me for almost 100 episodes. It's about New York City firefighters. And this guy, Norman Douglas, was our stunt guy there. So I called him in for this one, and he's amazing.
And what about having two directors? What kind of experience is that? Do they each have their own strengths, or how does that work?
Yeah, that's exactly, you just nailed it. They each have their own. I actually ended up directing a lot too, because don't forget, we're dealing with COVID. So there's shutdowns, multiple locations. Five Finger guys were in the motorcycle gang. They were in Nevada. We shot in LA, we shot in New York, we shot in Connecticut. So Bridget Smith, wonderful. She's very, very story driven. She is more about sort of working with the actor. She creates a lovely vibe on set, and acting is jumping off a cliff and being willing to take risks and trust and all this. And then Samuel Gonzalez is a super highly stylized guy, like very, very stylized. Like he'll do these crazy shots through a mirror, through a piece of glass, look at your eye, and you see a reflection of a machete in your eye. So I thought that collaboration would be really strong and work in this. And then I had to direct, but I've been on set I've lived and breathed this movie. It's like a family member to me. So it was very easy for me to step in. I worked with Robert Nepper in the boxing scene, and Menchaca and myself did some scenes, and, you know, it was very easy for me. And then the important key element of bringing this all together is a fellow named Randy Bricker, who I hired as the editor. He's phenomenal. Put it this way, I felt I need a guy who does story, action, and horror, right? Randy was an apprentice on the film The Firm. That's how far he goes backwards. He worked on The Firm, I Am Legend, one of the Halloweens he did. Now he's like the lead director on the Chucky franchise. So when I brought everything to him and talked with him, pumped his blood about the movie, what we want, all these little winks, the Easter eggs, the whole concept, he got it. And he edited it all together, which is unbelievable.
That's incredible. And you know, also I love this. It's a who's who of rock stars as well. You know, from Tommy Lee to Papa Roach. I mean, just visual. I had a ball just spotting a who's who in this movie.
Oh, thank you so much. I think what's really cool too is when I found the script, I brought it to Alan Kovac. He's the CEO and the founder of Better Noise Music, which is a huge record label. He's a legendary music manager, been at it 40 years. He represents Motley Crue, Five Finger, Ice Nine Kills, Eva Under Fire, Papa Roach, goes on. And he said, Michael, I want to do something with you. Like he also produced the Dirt story of Motley Crue. And I said, yeah. So I brought him the Retaliators, because the music was jumping off the page to me on this, you know. And I told you those films like Lost Boys, Judgment Night, The Crow, with all those sick soundtracks, I wanted that in this. So I brought it to him, and he's like, he got it from day one. His passion and his loyalty never wavered. He's the guy behind the scenes who like supported all this. And then what was really important to us, you could have a movie with all these cameos and you're like, oh my God, how's this going to be good, right? There's too many. But to do it in a very non-gratuitous manner and pick the parts for each musician and worked with them on the phone and talked to them about the script and their part before they got there. And they were all tremendous. So if you weren't a fan of Papa Roach, you would think Jacoby Shaddix was just an actor, you know, a guy in that role. And I think, or Five Finger Death Punch, they're so good as the motorcycle gang. So I think we were like able to accomplish that, but yet come out with this killer soundtrack.
Incredible job, man. I love your passion, Michael. I could listen to you all day, man. You can tell that you live and breathe the Retaliators, and it's all up there on the screen, man. Congratulations. I appreciate your time today, and come visit us in Las Vegas soon, man. We'd love to have you.
Man, and I got one more thing to add. I
Sure.
think the words, and on top of it, I talked about the wink to the 80s and the music. We can't leave this out. So I had to stop.
No, hey, I'm here for you.
Dude, we got Kyle Dixon and Michael Stein, the Stranger Things guys, scored this movie. So that's pretty huge to me too, because to have that synthy 80s vibe in this sort of throwback feel was everything. So that's like the cherry on top of it all.
Dude, I'm a Generation X guy, you know, so I was getting all those vibes. So you got to me. I saw what you were trying to do. So congratulations again, man. So best of luck with the film, and let's talk again soon, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jeffrey. Be good, man. Take care. Thank you.